The livestock sector is increasingly becoming an important component of Zambia's economy. The sector provides food, nutrition security, manure, raw materials for industries, employment, and income generation. It accounts for 42% of total agricultural gross domestic product (GDP) in the southern African country and employs about 50% of citizens living in rural areas. Nonetheless, the livestock sector in Zambia has not been spared by the coronavirus, popularly known as the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mishtishi alibwerelako panshi ya production ya namane ya filimu afi alibwerelako panshi kumusango wa effect wa COVID.
Wikashita wali bwino mlandu wako bati miendelero twali ya mfoko ya mkulashitisha chadisa leto bwafya kaitwala leko kwenda okulingana nofo tufiro okubomba twalamu na busherero abantu abala kunango ndi business yali satishupa mlandu wako bati abantu abengi bale baba kuyira nempia shachecha shaleka kulingana nokumoneko fo shinga bana ngmatwa business ile ba kushupa abantu nabaleko kwenda butino bwino bulwele.
Around June 2020, there were some restrictions that were put across by the government so that they can reduce the spread of the disease. So even as officers, we had to go under rotations, meaning that we had to rotate in terms of attending to clients.
Even us as vets had that fear to say, okay, maybe if you go out in the field, you might just contract the same disease. So activity-wise, there was a reduction in reaching out to the family.
Zambia is the second worst COVID-19 stricken country in southern Africa after South Africa. The country has been grappling with the pandemic since March 2020, when the first 2 cases were confirmed in the capital, Lusaka. Today, over 300,000 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed, with close to 4,000 deaths recorded in the last 2 years. Wave after wave, the pandemic has been taking a toll on the country's livestock sector. COVID-19 was, and still is, simply put, a threat to the growth of the sector in Zambia at large, and in Luapula province in particular.
Just to look at the effects that COVID-19 brought about, there was limited flow and also availability of livestock inputs in the province. And this was because most of the livestock inputs that were coming from places where there was some movement and trade restrictions. Because of the limited flow of the inputs, this led to exaggerated prices in the inputs. So in general, the production of livestock was a bit low in the province.
To help matters, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, launched the COVID-19 Smart Livestock Production and Productivity Project. This followed the approval of a grant amounting to $868,000 called IFAD COVID-19 Rural Poor Stimulus Facility, or RPSF. In November 2020 and September 2021, ISLIP financing agreement was amended to include RPSF grant resources amounting to $560,000 and close to $900,000 respectively. The resources were used to finance the COVID-19 Smart Livestock Production and Productivity Project, which has been implemented under the Enhanced Smallholder Livestock Investment Program, ISLIP. Farmers in Luapula province, especially those in Mansa district, have since been empowered with rabbits through this initiative.
Under ISLIP, we received about 200 rabbits, and those were distributed to farmers in Chembe and also Mansa district. And then in addition, 20 kgs were also given to the beneficiary farmers.
Beneficiaries of the COVID-19 relief package in Mansa are happy and grateful to ISLIP. Leah Mwewa is one of them.
Kono napokerere tu karuru nari umfwa buino. Because kuno mo kunareteka kwa mabroilers so potri ya ishire shala umwabula na mfimo. So na ishire amboku wamya pa potri ta in case kwa moneka kodimbiresa chapala bampera kotururu. Ninjikala na isa mfwa fefoni yarira. Atio mlefu kwa mairo 08 hours nishina mfuka kufamu institute ku training ya tumarabiti. So fina ishide baba fiasha napokerera phone ati kubikwa mkusendo tu karuru kufamu institute. Kwena nadi wansansa sana kali na papene nadi wafo wansansa. Pantu nadi temo kuteke fitekwa. Koko, tududu, ngombe, nkumba. Fionse fide sangu hapa famu pamieso.
Leah is not the only beneficiary. Ted Chibaye is another one. He received 10 rabbits from ISLIP during the pandemic.
Pamulandi wa COVID-19 twalifira okulashita organize bwino. So nokulisha twali kwata challenges. So mulandi wakati tumono tu kalulu twalisa twafwa. Pamulandi wakutira tatwale kwanisha pamulandi tatwale kumana bwino pakutira tulerisha bwino. So bwali bwafyo obo twakwete bwalengere ne fitekwa fyeso kwa mbokulushika emukwaye. Bati fyalishara pokwena abale fyala so apana tukwata po bakaruru abaya kali fyalo 35 then pa rifwa tubiri tutatu tulife bwino twena.
Twatasha Primary School in Kalava area of Mansa district has rather strange learners today. The school is hosting an ISLIP-sponsored sensitization meeting for over 50 livestock farmers. This is not an ordinary meeting. It's a strategy ISLIP is using to help farmers survive the COVID-19 pandemic. Leah, Teddy, and other farmers present here are learning about COVID-19 while learning about other ISLIP interventions in Mansa district.
Kwena hii training tuachikwata, yari ya mfuka buino pantu, ifya kudianga ififi ne ifya kudia fianama. Bada tupela ma seeds yadia, no kubiala tuwabiala. Bati tatuishi batuara pangasha ni patu tupere nama. Nomba lelo batulange fa tuasombola fidie fiani tuakaka tualonga mwa plastiki fya pange fya kudia ero tuaisambo kupere nama. Kwena hii fye buino pantu na ituafua emukwa. Ya tuafua kufye tunga sunge fite kwa fye spako atifire afire kula buino.
Bamo kwali babana maya bashakwata bashitata bali basha so cyali bechakosa sana ukusanga kapi kanshi kulo mbafye ngaho batumine masambiriro ya lelo kwena ya chibafye bwino na yatuwafwa sana nomba okupitira kuli fwe batekeshi batukalulu kwena kwati kufya kulya ife twachikwata nango mu masamiro twachikwata taya tukumine nango taya tuwafuire pani tutatu sambirire po sana.
Knowledge is power. It's even more powerful in the fight against COVID-19.
So para nishitindi vile wale la kuma tatwasa kama no wiki wesu tatwasa kama na niteka tuleteka so nomba twasa tusambilishanya kwa corona ya mkiraini levo tuingalishingilia.
Aside COVID-19, farmers are also learning about animal nutrition here.
So number 1 yali kwata economic benefit economic benefit emukutira twasanga mu mpindu ya paranja lama.
These trainings are important to farmers because they help the farmer produce quality animals, quality chickens and other assorted animals. We are expecting them to really venture into forage production with possible technical know-how, just like they have received now, knowledge on how to plant it, when to plant it. They need to be on time, they need to be planting viable seeds and everything. And so we have also taught them the kind of pastures that they can grow, such as velvet beans, lablab, dolichos lablab. We've also taught them sun hemp and the other importance of these pastures, even to the soils, other than just the livestock part.
In addition to COVID-19 and nutrition, gender is a key discussion point in this meeting.
nayo baleleta bamene baletufundako natuchita kwati natushibukako kwena inoshita file baletutitikisha tete kutitikisha sana chitata nangu nipanganda natushibesa ngusheswe mana kashakurina kwene shisa kuti nakuna tinalanda kuti nafikaka nombaka letu aleti natinga nabatina ndekwapa balanda mfe chupo cha lapwa
kuchosa kuti bamnaka bili bakondo tuzati
Talking about the issue of gender, we're talking about the imbalances, right? So now we want women to fully participate in gender and improve the livestock sector, because we have come to realize that women play a very important role. They have certain capabilities that would probably increase and improve the livestock sector.
Like their Mansa counterparts, livestock farmers in Kawambwa district, Luapula province, have equally felt the painful sting of COVID-19.
Kwena bubulwele bwa COVID-19 bulwele bumo ubulwele tutinya kai bulwele bumo obo tusambile ponomba na tuya tulebwishiba emukwayi bubulwele wali tuletera sana omwenso kaipanshita imwe ne twalefira nokubomba bwino ngechibungwe efe twale chitamunshita ya COVID twalesha na makayonse kwale bakoli motwamo na busheni banani ba memba balabombera ko pabushiku bwa lero twalilekero kuimanga echibungwe mulandu wakwa twale ichingira fwe bene limi muchibungwe abengi nga twaima chitwakwate obusanso so kwali fen time table twalabomba shani emukutira kwale bafyo kwakanika ne namba balabombera ko pali obushiku nibanga so fine for twanshike every time table.
So ama signs and symptoms of COVID-19 twalilera pali HIV so yini yeso kulanda pali HIV
ubulwele bwa COVID-19 ubwisa nechifine nempepo na high body temperature na yambi kwa symptoms na utebelela abalimi bula chilinganyako sana emibombele emukwayi bula chilinganyako emibombele na butuchilinganyako emibombele ya abalimi. So omuntu ngalwala pali aisa kuchipatala tulupio twachibona okutwala mu bulimi kaitwaya nomba kaili kuendera okufika apa chipatala pakuti bamutanga tabashinganga emishitishi yalibwerelako panshi ya production yana mane ya filimwa fyalibwerelako panshi kumusango wa effect wa COVID.
The pandemic has negatively impacted provision of extension services to farmers in Mansa and Kawambwa districts in Luapula province.
In terms of the extension services, they were reduced because some of them had to be suspended. Yeah, at that time, that's when COVID was being understood on how exactly it was being spread. So sometimes would encourage our officers not to be going in the field because they might be maybe accused of spreading the disease to the farmers. But so what we did under veterinary services, we told them that you can be attending to emergencies. Yeah, so they would go for farm calls They attend to emergencies, but most of the activities were reduced, they were restricted. So farmers were affected, even in terms of them coming to the offices. Their visits were reduced, because of the restrictions. So they were not getting all the services they needed.
On this, may I recommend the unwavering efforts and energies that the Ministry of Health has put into this exercise, and I'm sure the battle will be won. In the first place, it came with a lot of myths, people said, I was saying actually the COVID came from animals. So anything to do with animals, to come into contact with animals, it was an issue. It also affected the trade, especially, countrywide, I would say, because I remember there are certain times whereby we had to feed animals from maybe southern province, in areas like Teji, Namwala, and so on, even here to the Goa belt, though here it's not much because we don't have a lot of livestock here. Okay, so those movements from one place to another, people actually were not very much engaged into such activities. So the trade also is went down because of the same.
The fight against COVID-19 will be rendered incomplete without vaccinations. Zambia hopes to vaccinate about 70% of its eligible population.
My encouragement to them is to really get vaccinated, in that they'll be free to move, because when they are vaccinated, they won't be that much at risk to getting, at least they'll be protected to a certain percentage, 60% and above. So they'll be free to move around, get the drugs they need, because they'll be protected. They won't be at risk of getting the virus wherever they go when they are exposed. So I really want to encourage our livestock farmers to be vaccinated. At least they'll be protected and they'll be free to even receive the services that they need wherever they go and wherever they want to get it from.
ISLIP beneficiaries are encouraging fellow livestock farmers to get the job, to protect themselves against the virus, and in turn increase livestock production in the country.
So na ine necha kwafuwa sana ndekoseresha na abalimi banandi kutira twayichingirira pantu kuyichingira kwali wamapo kuchira okwisa mukunda pwero walwala ero no bubulwele bwishire na bubipisha muri third kane so ndekoseresha sana abafama kutira bonse tufuletwa babachingira pakutira tule tutwalirira okulaye.
Going forward, farmers in Luapula province need more livestock to better their lives, even as the country returns to some sort of normality post-COVID-19.
Luapula province has potential to increase livestock production, and this is because the land is vast here in Luapula province. And also the weather conditions are also favorable. We have plenty of rivers, so water isn't a problem. And also natural pastures are also available.